Hi folks, welcome back to our video tutorials or tips and tutorials. This one we're taking a look at the FAQs page, specifically the accordion. It's actually just a regular old bootstrap accordion that we're using in the page here. Now what we've done is we've modified it with some CSS to make it look a little bit cooler. We've added these section headings or these headings in between different sections of the FAQs to sort of break things up or give sort of a category type listing. If you don't need them, you can get rid of them. We put them in there so you can see how it's done. What we're going to show you is how to add or remove different questions. How to make sure that when you add a new question that it links correctly to the, so when you click here that it displays the correct information. There's a little trick to that. How to remove things, and as well as how to add new headings. So let's just jump in right into the site. I'll open up the FAQs page, flip it over, and there's our accordion right there. I'll just right click and do the open file, and there it is right there. Now each thing is broken into different FAQ 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whenever you see these, obviously if you haven't watched the video on working with library pages, these are just headings that you would see in the library page themselves. You're not going to actually see that in the actual web page when it's embedded into your page. Now if we go to the code view, each accordion is separated into a panel, and section headings that you would see are separated into FAQ section headings. You can inject a section heading. So as we look at our page here where it says general questions, existing customers, and new customers, you can remove or you can copy and put this in between any set of panels. So I could put this down here, and you have to do this in code view. Pop that in here. I can put in new questions. I'll save that and preview it, and it should show up right away. There it is, new questions right there. So that's how you can work with the headings. You can just delete them, or you can copy and paste them in between different panels. Now let's take a look at what's going to happen. Most likely is, besides editing the text in the page, which is actually just the most straightforward part of it, there's your question right there. You can scrub over it, type in your new question, and here's your answer right here. As a matter of fact, that's just HTML loaded into the panel body div container, and you can put whatever HTML you want in there. If we look in here, it's just regular, it's just text inside there. You can put whatever sort of HTML you want. But in most cases, you'll probably be, besides just changing what we already have on the page, you'll probably be adding your own. Now, when you add a new panel, you're going to copy an existing panel. I'll scroll down a little bit and find one. So let's just copy the FAQ number 4. So we'll copy this entire thing. I'm going to paste it down below. I'm going to do it 2 more times. There, 1 and 2. And I'm going to save, and we're going to see what sort of things this does here. So we're just going to refresh. There we go, question 4, and now I have the 2 other copies. So when I open up question 4, it shows the answer down below. All the other ones work. This is great. I hit the question, it shows the answer below. And when I click on the copy, it opens up the top one. It's like, what? Right? If I click on the title of either of these 2, it'll open or close the top one. The top one still works, but these copies don't. They still, right? That's because when we copy and paste a panel, each panel or each heading has a reference, collapse 4, and each bit of content has an ID. In this example, collapse 4. They match. Now the thing is, you can only use an ID once in a page. So what you need to do for these copied versions, right? So here's our initial FAQ 4. Collapse 4 and collapse 4. We need to create a unique reference, and that same reference we would copy in and use that as the ID. So I could actually just rename this to question 4, double click, copy, over to my ID, double click, and paste. So as long as the reference matches the ID, you're good to go. And it could be anything. And I keep it short and simple, 1 word, maybe a digit, that's fine and dandy, but don't have hyphens and underscores and all sorts of things. That gets messy. I mean, totally up to you, but you just need something simple where the reference matches the ID and it's only used once on each page, or once on this particular page anyways. So that's just something to be aware of right there. So then we would probably do this like question 5, double click, copy, double click and paste, and then I can put in whatever question I want right here, and then whatever answer. And of course, it's one of those things, if it ever breaks, right, the question is, it is within an A class, like a regular link class, but there's a whole bunch of classes applied to it and some other things. So if you ever find that it breaks or doesn't work, just go back, do a Control Z, or go back and take a look at the actual A class to make sure that all the little bits and pieces here remain intact. Okay.